Right, so I just wanted to do a quick overview of how my digital downloads work. So when you download a digital product from my Etsy store, it's going to be a PDF with a link to the Canva template. So we're going to go ahead, you're going to download that from Etsy and then open the file, and it's going to open up either in your browser or in whatever PDF reader that you have. I have two versions here, the 3-up. If you just want to print this yourself and cut them out yourself, you're going to use this one. If you go with a professional printer, you may need this one. For the example, I'm going to use this one here. You're just going to click on this link. It's automatically going to go into the browser, open you up in Canva, which you will need an account for. They do have free accounts, which are great. And then you're going to click Use Template for New Design. You probably won't have this option. This is just because I created this and I'm logged in. So we're going to click Use Template for New Design. If you've used any desktop publishing in the last 30 years, you should be in pretty good shape. Canva is pretty straightforward. There's lots of free tutorials online if you run into issues or have any questions. But I'm going to give you a couple things real quick just for simple changes. So this whole thing is locked when you get into it. So you're just going to click this lock button and then it's going to say unlock. You're going to click unlock. And then you have different things that are grouped together. So it's still not showing me separations. So I'm going to click ungroup. And now I have different pieces. So different pieces are showing up. And then this is also grouped, so ungroup. So maybe I want to change some colors. So we're going to click on this text box, for example. Maybe we want to change this to navy. Maybe that'll look better for our church. You can make it change all of them at once, which I recommend. Some of the fonts, if you were going to change, you're going to have to go through and change each box. So maybe we want to go with a slightly different font. So we'll try this one, Meow Script. Maybe that's just a little bit more our style. So we'll go through and change everything. And then see, this happens here with this. It doesn't quite fit, so we just need to make it smaller. And then maybe it's not quite lined up right. So you're just going to move it with that little directional button there. And then what you can do for changing the rest of these, since it didn't automatically change them. Oh wait, maybe change all. Oh, it did work. Okay. So then you're just going to go through it each one. You're going to have to ungroup these. And then we'll click back off of that and get this one box. And just make it a little bit wider to change the size. So you just go through and do all of those. It's going to change the size until it jumps to one line. And move it down a little bit, change the size. Move it down. This is still grouped. Ungroup that one. And then last but not least, jumps down to one line, make it one more smaller. And now we can say, oh, I think this looks good. Then what you're going to do is go to share and you're going to click download. It suggests PNG. However, I suggest if you're printing this out, which I imagine you are, I don't know how else this would work, you're going with PDF print. PDF standard is for emailing, but we're going to go with PDF print. And then here, you can leave everything unchecked. I would go with the flattened PDF though. And the reason is, if you don't have these fonts on your computer, which chances are you don't have all of them, if any of them, they might be exclusive to Canva, you want to flatten it so that they don't come up as fonts and your computer doesn't give you an error and put some weird font in its place. I personally like CMYK. That's the kind of printer I have. And then you're just going to download. So then you're going to get this download, and then you can open that PDF on your computer and proceed to print it as you need. So we're going to call this Faith Promise Navy. And then I'm going to go into my browser here, my Finder, and there it is. So this is all ready to print, and you can see here, these are very faint lines up here and here. This is for the perforation mark. These lines along the sides are for cutting straight across to divide them and then trimming off the ends. So that is that. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a combo. But it's pretty straightforward, and I wish you the best. Thanks.